My friend works as a night receptionist at a large, affluent apartment building. It's mostly quiet after midnight. The front desk has big windows looking into the lobby, a chandelier above, the elevator bank behind. She sometimes closes her eyes for a minute when it's totally silent. One Tuesday, she sat typing a report at 12:45 a.m. The lobby lights dimmed momentarily, scheduled energy save mode. She looked up at the glass wall facing the street. She glimpsed someone walking past the building outside, in a dark hoodie, face obscured, hands stuffed in pockets. She returned to typing. At 1:10 a.m., she heard what sounded like footsteps in the lobby corridor behind the elevators. She assumed a resident returning home. She stood, looked up from her computer. The elevator nearest to her had just closed its doors, so no one visible inside. The corridor was quiet. Then she heard a soft click. The door from the parking garage at the back opened. That door is seldom used after 11 p.m. Access is via badge only. She watched the CCTV screen. The door opened. A dark hoodie figure stepped in, ducked under the camera, and walked across the lobby toward the front desk. The receptionist's heartbeat spiked. She didn't call for help. Her phone was out of reach. She stood slowly. The figure was about 15 meters away. She forced herself to speak. "Hello? Can I help you?" The figure didn't answer. He stopped in the shadow of a pillar. She could hear his sneakers shift. The weird thing, he didn't pull up his hood. Its dark interior was blank. After maybe 20 seconds, he turned and walked out the main entrance, which automatically opened and closed behind him. On CCTV, the entrance opened for maybe 3 seconds. No badge entry. She called security. They rushed to check parking garage and lobby. They found no one, no doors forced. Badge logs show no exit or entry logged at that time. The hooded man wasn't captured clearly. The next morning, she requested change of shift. She said she still types reports late at night, but from home now. She keeps the front desk screen always visible on second monitor, watches shadows. She often catches glimpses of a black hoodie in the window reflection. Every time the power saver mode dims the lobby lights, it brings back the memory. I've been the night cleaner at a large medical outpatient building for 2 years. After hours, the place becomes silent, almost peaceful, but I've always preferred the early shift, so I'm usually out by midnight. One night I volunteered to finish a late job, the 9th floor, a small wing for specialist consults. I arrived around 10:15 p.m., all lights off, most rooms locked, the hallway softly lit by emergency glow strips. I carried my mop bucket and cleaning cart, headphones in, soft music. At about 11:10, I was in a long corridor cleaning the tile floor. I stopped at one door, consult room 9B, to empty the waste bin. I unlocked it, went in, did the quick job, locked the door again and moved on. About 2 minutes later, I heard the door click open behind me. At first, my brain thought, colleague returning, but it was the middle of the night. No one should be there. I stopped mid-step. Music paused. I looked back. The door to 9B was open just a crack. I froze. I approached slowly. No one inside. Lights off. Nothing visibly moved. I closed the door, my heart thumping. I resumed cleaning, but every few seconds I felt someone was behind me. The air felt heavier. The corridor lights seemed too dim. Then, at 11:45, I was rounding the corner by the small storage closet at the end of the corridor when I saw a faint figure, a shape at another door further down, maybe 20 meters away. It stood perfectly still, just waiting. My first thought, who is that? I forced myself to walk forward. Each step felt loud in the silence. The figure didn't move. As I got closer, maybe 10 meters, it vanished. No sound, no flicker. The door where I'd seen it was shut. My adrenaline spiked. I threw down my bucket and ran, right past my cart, and out of the building via the stairwell, skipping the elevator. I didn't stop until I reached my car. I texted my supervisor, 9th floor. Weird activity. I left. Next morning I found out 9B had been locked out of service earlier in the day. No scheduled appointments. The security footage for that hour showed me cleaning the corridor, and then nothing else. The door to 9B opened at 11:11 p.m. for 43 seconds, then closed. It was locked the rest of the night. No access badge used. I never returned to that floor at night. Whenever I do the wing during day shift now, I always glance at the door of 9B. It still gives me chills. I used to work as a night shift stock assistant in a massive warehouse for a logistics company. It was one continuous cavernous space, shelves rising 4 stories high, forklifts parked idle, only a few security lights on. One night I was finishing stock count on aisle 142, near the far end of the building. We had a small break at 2 a.m. I sat on a crate, ate my sandwich, listened to the hum of AC and distant beep of forklifts. After the break I stood to stretch. The overhead lights flickered for a moment. I thought nothing of it. Walking back to the ladder equipment, I passed the packaging zone. The floor there had a giant wall-to-wall mirror panel for supervisor visibility. I caught movement in the mirror, someone walking across the far end of the warehouse, 2 aisles away. I thought, aha, a colleague coming back early. I waited for the figure to come into view, but it never did. I watched the mirror. The reflection of the base lighting changed slightly, but no person emerged. I pivoted to look directly into the space. Nothing. I looked back at the mirror, the figure still there, walking through the pallet racks. But in reality, the racks were empty and open. The strange part, the fellow looked like me, same coat, same short hair, but he was carrying a flashlight. I hadn't grabbed the flashlight. I called out, "Hey!" My voice echoed. The figure stopped, flicked a flashlight beam across the floor, then moved out of sight behind shelving. I walked toward that point, heart pounding. Every wooden pallet seemed to creak under my boots. I reached the edge of the rack. No one. The flashlight lay on the floor, my flashlight. I hadn't put it down. I grabbed it, froze, listened. The ambient sound of the warehouse had changed. The AC hum was louder, or maybe I was more aware. Then the lights flickered again and went out for 2 seconds. When they came back on, the aisle end was clear. I reported it to security. They reviewed cameras. A motion sensor flagged activity at 2:34 a.m., Zone 142. But no badge or human motion detected, just the flashlight moving across the floor. I quit that job a month later, switched to daytime only. I still walk by big empty warehouses, and I always check mirrors, expecting to see myself walking behind me. It unsettles me.